You did point out on Twitter, we're not evolved enough to handle the information glut of the internet. There's no way in hell we're evolved enough for alien first contact, so thank goodness it's not. Yeah, we are not ready for our close-up.
Yeah, I mean, just the possibility of an alien invasion. The clip you played of Tucker Carlson at the top of the show today, where he's talking, oh, take me to your leader. And what are they going to do? Take the aliens to Kamala Harris because her boss is senile? Well, guess what? You know, Tucker... God. The senile boss you're talking about just last week owned the entire Republican caucus. All 271 Republicans got suckered by this allegedly senile boss that he's talking about.
Yeah. So, and meanwhile, as you pointed out, Bob, on Twitter and on your show, it's the Republican Party that's imploding. Do we have, which number is this clip, Travis? You pointed out about Marjorie Taylor Greene is in Idaho calling Mitch McConnell a Democrat.
19.
Someone in the audience yelled he's a communist, in case you're wondering how far right the GOP has gone. You just said, I love this a lot. No better way to destroy the Republican Party than to rip it in half. Yeah, here is that.
How many people here, and raise your hand if you believe that Mitch McConnell is a Republican? Raise your hand if he's a Republican. Okay. How many people here, raise your hand if you believe Mitch McConnell is a Democrat? Yeah. Oh my goodness. How about that? Yeah. So Mitch McConnell, he is a rhino. He's worse than a rhino. He has helped Joe Biden pass his agenda.
Wow. Mitch McConnell is a Democrat. Yikes.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, he and Rick Scott just continue to disembowel each other. I mean, it's just...
Yeah. Well, then today, or no, it wasn't today. I read it today. It happened yesterday. Mitch McConnell saying, well, it depends on who the nominee is. I'll support whoever the nominee happens to be of my party. And who, Donald Trump? If Donald Trump's the nominee of your party, Mitch, this is the guy who's been referring to your wife as Coco Chow all this time.
Right.
Oh, my God.
And you're still going to support that guy? I mean, we talk about Mike Pence being spineless.
Yeah.
I think Mitch McConnell is just
they all are.
Sort of...
Kevin McCarthy, they all. Right. Ted Cruz, they're all spineless weasels. I love and who was it? Oh, Sarah Palin was just interviewed about, she says Rick DeSantis shouldn't run. He's too young. He has a long time to be president. And she clearly is auditioning to be Trump's VP, because and I kind of went, that makes sense. They're both really big losers. They're both multiple-time losers. But I mean, they're all going to just like, it's going to be a big bag of rats for 2 years, and it's going to be fantastic.
Who was it? Sarah Palin was complaining about Nikki Haley, I think, running or something like that. Or maybe it was Ron DeSantis.
Right. Yeah, Ron DeSantis. She was saying, he's fantastic, but he's too young. And I mean, she's clearly on the Trump train and auditioning to be his vice. Because then the Fox person said, oh, Sarah Huckabee Sanders looks like a good VP pick. And she's like, was some sort of, I don't know, slam against her that was clearly, an audition for her.
Well, what Sarah Palin's doing reminds me of Rupert Pupkin from The King of Comedy.
Yes.
He's absolutely, she thinks she's going to get the job, and there's no chance in hell she is ever going to be a vice presidential running mate. Yeah. Ever for the rest of her life, ever.
Yeah, there's a fresh new face for the Republican Party. Yeah.
Yeah, but she can still go to Jerry Lewis's lobby and hang out there and wait for him to come out. It's never going to happen, Sarah. I'm so terrified. You're never going to host the show.
And then she slammed dead John McCain in the process of the Fox interview.
Of course.
Yeah, that's how you do.
Naturally.
Right. Yeah, you're right. She has all the cardboard-like characters around her from the convention where she was nominated. Just reliving it over and over again.
Right. And the first... Yeah, right. And her... Who's the husband? The first dude?
Todd. Todd.
Yeah. He's in the back going... Lower it! You gotta lower it! Mom!
Tad's out on his snow
going
machine.
All in on that reference.
Remember she called it a snow machine? Todd.
Are they still together?
Oh, yes,
no.
That's right.
Oh, no. Yeah. No, they're divorced.
That's what I thought.
Yeah. Okay.
Because I think she was doing,
wasn't sure on that.
if I recall correctly, Chris, she was doing Brad on the snow machine.
That's right.
I think they were in the snow machine business together,
Brad and Todd were
and
friends
I believe,
and business
allegedly, she was doing Brad, his friend, from the snow machine business. I don't listen. That's alleged, just like Don Jr. I don't know, Bob, for sure.
That's a part of my brain I haven't visited in a long time. The Sarah Palin section.
Don Jr.'s on coke.
Yeah, I'm sorry. What?
That's the Sarah Palin section of my memory.
Yeah.
I haven't visited that dark area for a long, long time.
Oh, no, I have a photographic memory for all things Sarah Palin and also the Bill O'Reilly sex tape. That whole phone sex falafel thing. I don't know why.
With the loofah,
Yeah.
falafel,
Yeah. I don't know why. It's all stuck in there.
So gross. Imagine if it really was a falafel that he was fantasizing about. Like he just had a thing. It's like some sort of weird, like Pornhub subcategory.
Middle Eastern
falafel
food.
fetish.
You know what? Everybody has their thing.
Whatever.
Everything's a thing. That's absolutely right.
Might be the least weird thing about Bill O'Reilly.
Well,
Including falafel sex. Yes.
Speaking of former Fox
Congratulations,
News,
Bill.
Fox News, you retweeted Fox News personality compares spy balloons treatment with the fate of Ashley Babbitt. And you said, forgive me for stepping on the pre-scripted hack joke he's reciting, but Joe Biden wasn't president when Ashley Babbitt was shot. I mean, it would be comical if it wasn't just so predictable that they blame Joe Biden for everything, right?
Yeah. Speaking of the king of comedy, Greg Gutfeld.
oh God.
That moment I was watching, I mean, he's trying to make it sound spontaneous, like he's just off the cuff making a reference to whatever. And he's very clearly reading it off of a page. And so, I don't understand this move toward making Greg Gutfeld like the king of late night. It just it really signifies, illustrates our collapse as a culture.
Yeah.
I mean, that's where I get really dark.
Always
When I see
punching
Greg
down.
Gutfeld.
Always punching down. Not funny. Okay. Duty to warn tweeted Elon Musk sat next to Rupert Murdoch at the Super Bowl, just as he sat with Jared Kushner, the Saudis, and the Russians at the World Cup. Still confused about whose team Elon is on. And you just said you'll never see anybody from Spoutable chilling with Saudi assassins or disinformation billionaires. I know. You. By the way, I understand we should come to you for tech support if we're having trouble on Spoutable.
Yes, please send all of your questions and concerns about if you're having trouble logging on, if you can't post a GIF for some reason, if the emojis aren't showing up. Please send all those questions to me because I just love it so much when I get those. Because my paycheck, which is zero, enormous for doing that job. No, please don't.
All right,
please
Bob's
don't.
just on Spoutable. He has nothing to do with it.
Right.
Okay. All right.
No,
So-
I just use Spoutable, and I think it's great. I think it's a great platform. In fact, you know what the greatest thing about Spoutable? When you post something, the people who follow you actually can see the thing that you posted.
I
and
saw
that is
Elon
something
Musk
you don't get anywhere else.
wishing me a happy Valentine's Day. I'm like, screw you. Then I read this headline this morning. His Super Bowl tweet flopped, so he had 80 engineers boost his tweets. So,
That's because
Clyde's
Twitter
upset
is
about
now his personal homepage. It's
Yeah.
not a group thing. It's not something that is managed by a team in any stretch of the imagination. It is entirely Elon Musk's own little playpen.
Yeah.
So now we're all subject to Elon Musk's rules, which are all based around what benefits Elon Musk the most. And so we're all subjects to that. And in just a few days, everyone who has a legacy blue check, a legacy verified badge, we're all going to lose those badges. And so it's going to turn into an even more chaotic hell site as soon as that happens, because that's when the imposters come in and the sock puppet accounts and the trolls. And well, there are a lot of trolls already. But I mean, as far as impersonating famous people, the scammers are going to take over once that happens.
I never had a blue check, as you know. I've been bitter since the third grade, so I will just be
well, that's one of the
blue
many
checklist.
issues with Twitter. And it's not going to happen, Stephanie, unless you were to pay Elon Musk
No, I
every
won't
month
do that.
to get it. And so that's